The galaxy suffered under terror until one human battleship entered orbit. The galaxy had grown quiet, but not the peaceful kind. It was the quiet that comes after fear. Every planet, every city, every space station seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the next strike. The alien dominion had ruled the stars for centuries. Their fleets were enormous, their weapons deadly, and their punishment for rebellion merciless. People had learned the hard way that fighting back meant certain death. On the mining world of Tyron, workers moved slowly under the burning orange light of the planet's sun. They dug deep into the rock for metals that their alien masters wanted. They wore masks that filtered out dust, but they could not filter out fear. Whispers passed among them. Short words of hope quickly swallowed when alien patrols moved by. "Keep your heads down," said a miner named Alan, his voice low. He was older than most, with lines carved deep into his face from years of labor and worry. His young apprentice, Claire, nodded silently. She had never seen her parents, taken years ago when they tried to protest a new tax imposed by the alien governors. Above Tyron, the sky was filled with black shapes. Alien cruisers hung in orbit, moving like predators. Every hour they fired warning shots, a reminder that no one could defy them. The people below had learned to live with the sound of distant explosions. It had become a rhythm of life, though it stole all joy. In the council hall of the alien governors, General Bart paced. He was tall, with sharp angles to his face and eyes that never missed anything. "The humans are nothing but myths," he said to his officers. "There is no reason to worry about them. Every system under our control knows the cost of rebellion. Compliance is perfect." An officer named Trell, smaller and younger, spoke up hesitantly. "Sir, there have been rumors. Some miners on Farworld say they've seen ships unlike ours. They say the humans are coming back." Vark's eyes narrowed. "Rumors do not change reality. Humans died hundreds of years ago. They cannot return. Punish any who speak of fairy tales. Punish any who speak of fairy tales." Far from the alien council, in a quiet human colony at the edge of the outer rim, Jack Morgan studied old star maps. The room was dim, lit only by the glow of a few screens. Jack's face was tired, but there was a fire in his eyes. He traced his fingers over the lines showing the paths of alien fleets, the worlds under oppression. "We can't stay hidden much longer," said Lisa Carter, standing behind him. She was young but sharp, her mind always calculating. "If we wait too long, they will spread farther. Systems will forget what freedom feels like." Jack nodded. "I know, but we have to be smart. We can't waste our forces on one planet at a time. We need a plan that shakes them, makes everyone believe humans are back." Eric Hall, the chief engineer, stepped forward. "Our ship is ready. We've tested the shields, the engines, the weapons. We can handle a cruiser strike if it comes, but we need strategy. Raw power alone won't win." Amy Brooks, the intelligence analyst, joined them. She spread alien across the screen, showing alien patrol routes, communication patterns, and weak points. "Here," she said, pointing at several lines. "These are their blind spots. If we enter through here, we can reach the core systems before they even notice us. It's risky, but possible." Jack rubbed his chin. "Risky is fine. We've been careful too long. It's time the galaxy remembers humans." Meanwhile, on the far side of the galaxy, life went on in the shadow of terror. On the water world of Luma, fishermen pulled nets filled with strange, glowing fish. The alien governors had allowed them to keep their catch as long as a portion was sent up to the orbiting harvesters. No one dared resist. A fisherman named David sighed as he worked. His son Luke tried to cheer him up. "Dad, maybe someday humans will come back," Luke said. David shook his head. "Stories, son. Just stories. Humans are gone. We live like this now. It's the only way to survive." Even in the far reaches, hope had become dangerous. Anyone speaking of humans risked disappearance, and the aliens kept a tight watch. Children learned fear as naturally as breathing. Teachers warned them about the cost of rebellion. parents hid what they knew about past heroes. History itself had been rewritten to erase any sign of humanity's strength. Back at the human colony, Jack called a meeting of his officers. They gathered in the command room, the walls filled with maps, models, and screens showing distant worlds. "We move tomorrow," Jack said. "We enter orbit near Tyran first. The people there are ready even if they don't know it yet. We'll show them humans are back, and we'll show the aliens that fear isn't forever." Lisa looked concerned. "One ship against the fleets they have? It's almost impossible."
Jack smiled faintly.
"They think it's impossible. That's why they will fail. Humans have always found a way." The next day, the human battleship left its hidden dock. It rose silently through the atmosphere, engines glowing a steady blue. The crew felt the weight of history on their shoulders. Centuries of human extinction had been assumed by the galaxy, and now, with one ship, they would challenge it. As the ship moved into space, Jack looked out at the stars. "The galaxy has suffered under terror for too long," he said quietly. "It's time someone fights back." The alien fleets above Tyran detected the ship almost immediately. General Vark was in his command tower when the sensors blared an alarm. He frowned. "What is that?" he barked. "Identify it!" the officer scrambled. The readings were unlike anything in the galaxy. The ship was massive, far larger than any human vessel they had records of. Its armor seemed to absorb energy instead of reflecting it. Weapons fired at it ricocheted harmlessly. Trell, still uneasy about rumors of humans, spoke up. "Sir, could it actually be?" Vark slammed his hand on the console. "Nonsense! Humans are dead! There are no humans!" "This is some new weapon from the outer colonies. Destroy it immediately." But as the order went out, the crew aboard the human ship worked with precision. Eric Hall adjusted the shields, rerouted power to key systems. Lisa Carter calculated alien firing patterns, predicting every shot. Amy Brooks monitored alien communications, finding gaps and delays. Jack Morgan stood on the bridge, hands clasped behind his back. "Let them come," he said. "They'll learn what humans are capable of." On Tyran, the people looked up as a shadow crossed the sky. It was unlike any ship they had seen. It moved with grace, not aggression, yet its presence alone was enough to stir emotions they had not felt in generations: awe, curiosity, and hope.
"Alan, the miner," whispered to Claire. It's real."
"Humans, they're here." Claire's eyes widened. "But how? We thought they were gone forever."
"Maybe forever isn't so long," Alan said quietly.
In orbit, the alien cruisers moved to engage. They fired, trying to destroy the strange ship before it could make any moves. Explosions lit the darkness of space, and shockwaves rattled the smaller stations nearby. But the human ship glided through, shields holding steady. Every shot the aliens fired only revealed the precision of human technology and the courage of its crew. Jack watched the battle unfold. "Remember," he said to his officers, "we're not just fighting for ourselves. We're fighting for everyone who has been crushed under fear. Every system watching us today will remember what it feels like to see someone stand against terror." The aliens were stunned. Fleets that had crushed entire planets now struggled against a single human ship. In their history, nothing like this had occurred. Their commanders had been confident, arrogant, certain. And now, in real time, that certainty began to crumble. Below on Tyran, the citizens felt a shift. For the first time, they could breathe a little freer. Fear was still there, but it was no longer all-consuming. "They dared to hope," whispers began to spread. Small at first. "Humans are back. Humans are here." Jack Morgan knew the hardest part was only beginning. Showing up was the first step. Survival, defiance, and the spark of hope had to be maintained. The galaxy had suffered under terror for too long, and now, one human battleship had entered orbit, and with that, a new chapter in the galaxy was beginning. The human battleship hung in orbit above Tyran, massive and silent except for the soft hum of its engines. Below, the people of the planet stared in awe. Centuries of fear had taught them to hide from the sky, to pretend nothing unusual would happen. But now, one human ship hovered above them, and everything felt different. Inside the ship, the crew worked calmly. Jack Morgan stood at the bridge, eyes scanning the alien fleet surrounding them. There were dozens of cruisers, much larger than the human ship, and their weapons glowed ominously. Still, Jack was not afraid. He had trained for this moment, and the humans had prepared for generations to return. "Captain," Lisa Carter said, pointing to a display. "They're moving to surround us. They want to crush us before we can even signal anyone." Jack nodded. "Let them try. Our job is to survive and make sure the galaxy sees that humans are back. This is only the first move." Eric Hall, the chief engineer, checked systems rapidly. "Shields are holding at full strength. Weapons are ready. If they fire at us directly, we can absorb it, but sustained attacks will be dangerous. We'll have to act smart." Amy Brooks monitored alien communications, listening for command orders.
"They're confused," she said.
They expected to find a ghost fleet. They didn't think a human ship would appear in real time. Their commanders are arguing. It's perfect.
Jack turned to her. "Then we give them something to argue about."
"Open all civilian channels. Let the people of Tyron see us." Amy's fingers flew over the console. Within minutes, every screen on Tyron began to show the human ship. It was massive, armored, and glowing with soft blue lights. The message was simple and clear. Humans are back, and they do not accept oppression. On the planet, crowds gathered in the streets gasping at the sight. Whispers turned into murmurs, and murmurs became voices of excitement. Miners, workers, teachers, and children looked up, their hearts pounding. Centuries of fear could not erase the hope that now ignited inside them. Alan, the miner from the previous day, held Claire close. "They're real," he whispered. "All those stories, they were true." Claire's eyes sparkled. Maybe we're not alone anymore." Above them, the alien fleets hesitated. They had been taught that no species could resist them. Even small rebellions had been crushed immediately. And yet, here was a single human battleship, seemingly unafraid, moving deliberately into their orbit.
General Vark's face was twisted with anger. "Fire everything!"
"Destroy it!" he shouted, slamming his hand on the command table. "If one ship can escape, they will all try to rise." That showed them that fear is the only law in this galaxy. Trell, the young officer, looked nervous. "Sir, maybe we should wait. It's only one ship. It hasn't attacked yet."
Vark's eyes blazed. "Wait? We never wait. Attack now or we are weak."
The alien fleet fired. Beams of energy streaked through space, hitting the human ship in a storm of light. The hull shook. Alarms rang across the bridge, and the crew braced for impact. Shields flared, glowing brighter with every strike, absorbing and diffusing the energy.
"Divert power to the front shields!"
Jack commanded. "Reroute auxiliary engines for evasive maneuvers. Lisa, calculate the blind spots in their firing patterns." Lisa nodded quickly, working her calculations. "If we move at this angle, Captain, we can avoid 90% of their concentrated fire." "Do it," Jack said. The human ship shifted, gliding through space with surprising speed for its size. Alien beams missed by meters, striking empty space. Explosions rocked the orbiting space stations nearby, but the ship remained intact. Every successful maneuver sent ripples of hope across Tyron. People whispered, "They can survive. They can fight. They're strong," Amy Brooks said softly. "Stronger than anything we've seen. The aliens didn't expect this."
"That's the point," Jack replied. "Fear is their weapon."
"We are taking it away." On the bridge, the crew began to prepare counterattacks. The human weapons were precise, designed to disable ships without destroying planets. Eric Hall activated the plasma pulse cannons. They fired in rapid bursts, striking alien cruisers and disabling their engines. Beams of light cut through the void, and one by one the alien ships slowed, unable to maneuver. General Vark's face went pale as he watched the sensors. How can one ship do this?" he demanded. "They should be dead." Trell could not hide his fear. "Sir."
"They're human. They are..."
"Fighting for more than just survival. They are." showing power no one expected. Bark roared in frustration. Power? We have power.
We are the Dominion. Destroy that ship or I will find someone to do it myself.
On Tyran, civilians watched as alien ships fell or drifted powerless. Cheers rose quietly at first, then louder. People who had never dared speak up began to shout their joy. Miners left their drills, shopkeepers left their stores. Children ran into the streets. Centuries of fear were breaking, and they could see it happening. Alan held Claire's hand tightly. "Look at them," he said.
They're not just fighting for themselves. They're fighting for us.
Claire nodded. Maybe it's our turn now. In orbit, the human battleship maintained its careful movements. Jack's mind was calm, focused on strategy.
We don't destroy more than we need, he said. We are not conquerors.
We are liberators. Every action we take must remind them that humans fight for freedom, not terror. Lisa looked at him, impressed. That's why the aliens can't predict us. They are used to fear, but not hope.
Eric Hall added, and our shields can take more than they think. Their weapons are strong, but they are not prepared for precision and planning.
Amy Brooks monitored the communication networks again. Sir, people across the system are picking up our message. This is spreading faster than I imagined. Even worlds far from Tyran are starting to talk about humans. Jack smiled. Then it's working. They are remembering us. They are remembering what freedom feels like. The aliens tried again, sending more cruisers, more fighters, more attacks. The human ship danced through them, disabling their engines, blocking beams with shields, and striking weak points. Each move was precise, calculated, and deliberate. The alien commanders realized they were outmatched, not by brute force, but by strategy and courage. General Vark slammed the table again.
This cannot be. One ship. One ship should not defeat my fleet.
Trell whispered. Sir, maybe we underestimated them. Maybe humans, they are not just legends. Maybe they are real, and they are stronger than anything we imagined.
Box? Face turned red with fury.
Impossible, he shouted. Impossible. Kill it, or we die. On the human ship, Jack made his next move.
Prepare the long-range pulse,
he ordered.
We disable the flagship. We show the Dominion they cannot control the galaxy anymore.
Eric Hall activated the weapon. Energy hummed through the ship, gathering into a bright pulse. Lisa calculated the trajectory, ensuring that it would strike without destroying the planet below.
Amy verified the timing with alien communications, finding a moment when the flagship's shields were weak.
Fire, Jack said. The pulse shot through space, a blue streak of light moving faster than anything the aliens could track. It hit the flagship squarely. Energy rippled across the alien ship, and systems began to fail. Engines sputtered, weapons went dark, and the alien crew panicked. The flagship drifted powerless, unable to fight or flee. On Tyran, people cheered. Centuries of silence, centuries of fear, had been broken in moments. Alan hugged Claire tightly. They did it. Humans did it. Claire's eyes filled with tears.
They're here to save us.
They're really here. Back on the human ship, Jack looked at his officers. This is only the beginning, he said. The galaxy will remember this day. The aliens will know humans are back, and the oppressed will know they are not alone. Lisa smiled. We've done it, Captain. The people are seeing hope for the first time in centuries. Amy added, and it's spreading. Other systems are picking up the signal. They will hear of our actions soon. Eric grinned. They will think twice before striking again. No one can underestimate humans now, Jack nodded, staring out at the stars. We will move to the next system. Every world under terror will see us. We fight not to conquer, but to free. The galaxy has suffered long enough. The alien fleets were in disarray. Without their flagship, command was confused. Some ships retreated, some drifted aimlessly. Vark's arrogance had failed him. The humans had proven that courage, intelligence, and precision could defeat fear and power. On-tyrant children ran through the streets, laughing and shouting for the first time in their lives. Miners left their drills and danced. Parents hugged their children, feeling hope that had not existed for generations. People began to talk openly about humans, about freedom, and about the possibility of rebellion. Jack watched all of this unfold from orbit, knowing the hardest battles were still ahead. The first strike was a success, but the real work was to inspire the galaxy, to show the aliens that fear was no longer their strongest weapon. The human ship remained in orbit, calm and unbroken, a symbol of resistance, a spark of hope in a galaxy long oppressed. And from the bridge, Jack Morgan whispered, "Let them come. We are ready." The galaxy had begun to awaken, and the first proof that humans were back was clear for all to see. The galaxy was waking up. The human battleship hung above Tyron, calm and ready, while the alien fleet struggled to regroup. The flagship had been disabled, and confusion spread through the ranks. Alien commanders argued over what to do next, their arrogance shaken by one single human ship. Inside the human battleship, Jack Morgan stood on the bridge, watching the alien movements.
They're trying to reorganize, he said quietly.
But they won't get far. We've given them a taste of what humans can do. Now we show them that courage matters more than fear.
Lisa Carter worked quickly at her station.
We can push further, she said. We've already disabled their main ships. If we target their supply lines, we can cripple their operations in this sector.
Eric Hall nodded. Our engines and shields can handle it.
We just need to be careful. The more ships we face at once, the more danger we are in.
Amy Brooks looked at the screens, her eyes scanning alien communications. They're panicking.
The commanders are sending confusing orders. Some ships are retreating, some are still trying to attack. If we move now, we can take control of the situation. Jack made a decision. Prepare a coordinated strike. We hit the cruisers still in orbit, and we disable their weapons without destroying the planets. We fight to free, not to conquer. The crew worked with precision. The human ship moved with speed and grace, avoiding alien fire while returning targeted strikes. Each pulse of energy hit the cruiser's engines and weapons, leaving them disabled but intact. The aliens were stunned. Centuries of domination had taught them that any attack could be crushed, but these humans were different. General Vark paced in his command tower. "How can one ship do this?" he shouted. "We have fleets, weapons, control of the skies, and yet they survive."
They are human."
Shrell, the young officer, spoke softly.
"Sir, perhaps the humans are not like any other species we have faced.
They fight differently. They don't just use power. They think, they plan, they inspire." Vark's face went red with rage. Inspire? No one inspires against the Dominion. Destroy them before they spread this madness. On Tyron, civilians watched as the human ship moved through space with calm confidence. Cheers filled the streets, rising louder with every successful maneuver. Children ran and laughed. Miners abandoned their tools, and workers raised their voices for the first time in decades. Fear was no longer the only voice in the galaxy. Alan held Claire's hand tightly. "Look at them," he whispered. "They're showing us freedom." Claire nodded. "It's like hope is alive again." The human battleship moved closer to the alien cruisers that had not yet retreated. Lisa Carter calculated their blind spots and the timing of their attacks. "If we move at this angle, we can disable the rest of the fleet without a direct fight," she said. Jack nodded. "Do it. Remember, precision, not destruction. We are fighting for lives, not revenge." Eric Hall activated the ship's pulse cannons. Bright beams of energy streaked through space, hitting engines, shields, and weapons. One by one, alien ships fell powerless, drifting in orbit. The human strategy was perfect, their movements precise, and their courage unmatched. Amy Brooks monitored alien signals. "Sir, their commanders are arguing again. The fleet is splitting. Some are retreating, others are confused about who to follow." Jack smiled. "Good. Chaos is our ally. Let's keep them disorganized and show the galaxy what humans can do. Below, on the streets of Tyron, people began to take small risks. Shops opened, workers gathered in small groups, and children played in spaces that had been empty for decades. Hope spread faster than any weapon. Whispers of freedom turned into voices, and voices became chants of joy. Alan looked around. People are not afraid anymore. They're awake.
Claire nodded. Humans didn't just come to fight. They came to remind us that we can fight too.
The alien fleet tried to launch a coordinated counterattack, sending faster ships to strike at the human battleship. They assumed speed alone would overwhelm it. But Jack had anticipated this. "Lisa, prepare the evasive patterns for high-speed attackers," he said. "Already done," Lisa replied. "We can dodge and disable them without taking serious damage." The alien ships attacked, beams flashing and engines burning, but the human ship moved with perfect timing. Every shot missed, every strike was predicted, and every counterattack hit its mark. One by one, the fast alien ships had their engines fried, unable to retreat or maneuver. General Vark's hands trembled as he watched his fleet fail. "This is impossible," he whispered. "We are the Dominion. One ship should not be able to do this." Trell looked at him carefully. "Sir, maybe it is time to rethink our approach. Humans are not just a threat. They are a warning." Vark's face turned pale.
A warning, yes.
Destroy it before it becomes a symbol. Kill it. The human ship, however, did not attack blindly. Jack made a decision. Target only ships that threatened the planet below. Leave the others disabled. Let them live as witnesses. Let everyone see the difference between humans and the Dominion. Eric Hall worked the controls. Beams of energy disabled enemy ships' engines, leaving them drifting in space. Shields flared with each hit, absorbing energy and protecting the ship. Lisa calculated each move with precision, ensuring no collateral damage to nearby stations or civilian satellites. Amy monitored alien communications, ready to intercept any orders. Below, the people of Tyron saw the fleet fall one by one. Cheers rose higher, louder, unstoppable. Centuries of silence and fear were broken by courage and skill. Hope spread across the streets, reaching every corner of the planet. Alan hugged Claire tightly. "They are doing more than fighting. They are showing us that we can live free." Claire nodded. Yes, we have to remember this. We have to fight when the time comes."
In orbit, Jack gave another order.
"Prepare the long-range disruptor. We disable their command structures without destroying the fleet. We fight smart, not brutal. Humanity does not need to kill to prove strength." Eric Hall activated the disruptor. A wave of energy pulsed through space, hitting the alien command nodes. Sensors went dark, engines failed, and communication was interrupted. Alien ships drifted, powerless, while the human battleship moved calmly among them. General Vark screamed in frustration. "This cannot be. They are teaching us fear. We are losing control." Trell looked at him, his voice low. "Sir, humans are not like us. They do not need fear to rule. They show strength in ways we cannot understand." Vark slammed his fists on the table. "Then we must destroy them. Destroy them all!" But his orders came too late. The humans had already disabled most of the fleet, leaving the aliens scattered and confused. Communication between cruisers was broken, and the remaining ships had no leadership. The human battleship was calm, steady, and unbroken. On Tyron, the people celebrated cautiously. Children ran through the streets, miners abandoned their drills, and workers raised their voices in songs of hope. Centuries of oppression had created fear so deep that no one had dared imagine freedom. Now, they were seeing it with their own eyes. Alan looked at Claire. "This is the start. Humans have shown us what is possible. Maybe we can fight too." Claire smiled.
Yes, yes!
We must never forget this. Jack stood on the bridge, looking at the remaining alien ships.
This is only the beginning, he said. We have proven that fear is not stronger than courage.
Next, we take this message to other systems. The galaxy must see that humans are back, and that no one has to live in fear forever.
Lisa Carter nodded. We've inspired hope. Now we just need to keep moving, keep fighting, and show them humans are not just survivors. We are liberators.
Amy Brooks added, "The signal is spreading. Other planets are picking up the news."
We will not fight alone for long. Hope is contagious.
Eric Hall grinned. And the aliens will learn that we are not a myth.
Humans fight with brains, courage, and heart. They can't beat that.
Jack nodded, his eyes calm but filled with determination. Then let's move to the next system.
Every world under terror will see us. We fight not to conquer, but to free. The galaxy has suffered too long, and it's time to awaken it. The human ship moved from orbit, leaving Tyron behind. The planet below watched as hope filled its skies, the first spark of freedom in centuries. Alien cruisers drifted in orbit, powerless and humiliated, while the humans moved to bring light to other worlds. The galaxy had begun to change. One human ship had proven that courage and strategy could overcome fear and tyranny. And as Jack looked out at the stars, he whispered, "Let them come. We are ready. And the galaxy will know that humans fight for freedom, not for war." The movement had begun. Hope had returned. And the Dominion would never be the same again. The human battleship moved away from Tyron, leaving behind a world waking from fear. The streets below were filled with people celebrating freedom for the first time in centuries.
Children laughed. Miners abandoned their tools and families embraced in open squares. Hope had returned, and the message of humanity's courage spread across the planet like wildfire.
Jack Morgan stood on the bridge of the battleship, eyes scanning the stars ahead. "The galaxy has started to remember us," he said quietly.
"But one world is not enough. We need to show the Dominion that fear will not control the stars anymore."
Lisa Carter nodded, her fingers moving quickly over the controls.
"We have already disabled their fleet in this sector. Other systems will be easier to reach.
Once they see what we can do, planets under occupation will rise with us."
Eric Hall adjusted the shields and engines.
"Our systems can handle the journey, Captain. We are ready for whatever comes next. They may try to stop us, but they won't succeed." Amy Brooks monitored the alien communications.
"Sir, the Dominion is in panic. Reports of us have reached other occupied systems. People are starting to talk about humans returning. Even worlds far from Tyron are hoping for change."
Jack smiled. "Then we move quickly. The faster we act, the more hope we can spread. We fight not just for ourselves, but for everyone under their rule." The first target was a mining world on the edge of the sector, where the aliens had ruled with strict control. Ships in orbit monitored every factory and settlement, and patrols struck anyone suspected of resisting. People lived in silence, afraid to speak, afraid to hope. As the human battleship entered orbit, alarms blared across the alien stations. The aliens immediately fired, but Jack had anticipated this. Shields flared. Beams of energy struck the hull and were absorbed, and the ship moved with precision. No civilian population below was harmed.
"Lisa, calculate evasive paths and weak points," Jack ordered. "Amy, open all communications channels."
"Let the people see us. Let them hear our message." Amy quickly complied. The screens across the planet flickered to life, showing the massive human ship in orbit. A calm voice filled every channel. "Humans are back. We do not fight for conquest, only for freedom. You are not alone. Rise and see that fear is not the only law of the galaxy." Below, people stared in disbelief. Years of silence and fear had told them that nothing could challenge the aliens. But now, a single human ship spoke to them, and they felt something they had never felt before: hope. Workers left their factories, miners abandoned their drills, and children ran into open streets. Families gathered in squares, listening to the message, whispering to each other. Humans.
They're back, said a miner named Ryan, holding his daughter's hand. They're here to help us. His daughter Emma looked up with wide eyes. Really? Humans can fight the aliens? Yes, Ryan said softly. And maybe we can fight too. The alien fleet in orbit reacted quickly. Cruisers moved to intercept the human ship and fighter squadrons launched from hidden stations. The humans had expected this. The ship shifted and moved with grace, dodging beams and disabling enemy engines with precise pulses. Each attack was calculated, leaving ships intact but powerless. Eric, power to shields and engines. Keep the ship ready for evasive maneuvers, Jack commanded. Already done, Eric replied. We can handle the fleet, Captain. Lisa, plot the course to hit their supply stations next, Jack said. We cripple them without destroying their world. The people must see we are different from their rulers. The crew worked like a single unit. Shields absorbed energy. Pulse cannons disabled ships, and the human battleship moved calmly through the chaos. Alien commanders could not comprehend the precision and strategy they were facing. Centuries of domination had never prepared them for a fight led by intelligence, courage, and careful planning. On the planet below, civilians watched in awe. Whispers of rebellion began. If humans can fight, we can too, said a worker named Nathan, speaking to his friends. We don't have to live like this. Others nodded. Children ran through streets playing games they had never dared to play. Parents hugged their families, tears in their eyes, as they realized freedom might be possible. Hope was contagious, spreading faster than any weapon. The human ship continued its campaign, disabling supply stations and patrol ships. Jack's orders were clear. No unnecessary destruction, no civilian casualties, only precision strikes to weaken the alien fleet. Humans are teaching us a lesson, Lisa said quietly. They don't just fight, they show people how to rise. Exactly, Jack replied. We win not just with weapons, but with hope. As the battle in orbit reached its peak, alien ships began to retreat. Their commanders were confused, communication broken, and fleets scattered. One by one, the orbiting cruisers drifted powerless, unable to defend the occupied planet. The Dominion's control was slipping. Jack looked out at the stars. We move to the next system. Every world under their control will see us. The galaxy must awaken. Amy nodded. Reports are coming in from far-off systems. People are already starting to resist. Our message is spreading faster than we imagined. Good, Jack said. Hope is our greatest weapon. The human battleship jumped to the next sector. More worlds came into view, each under alien occupation. Alarms sounded on the aliens' command stations, but they were unprepared for a fight with humans. Jack's crew anticipated every move, every attack, leaving alien forces disabled and disorganized. On one industrial world, citizens left factories and gathered in open streets. Children laughed. Miners abandoned their drills and workers spoke freely for the first time. They had seen the humans in orbit, and hope ignited in their hearts. We have to fight now, said a teacher named Claire. Humans are here. We can rise. Yes, said a miner named Ben. We've suffered long enough. It's time to be free. Jack's ship disabled the alien fleet above the industrial world without harming civilians. Pulses of energy struck cruisers' engines and weapons, leaving them powerless. Alien commanders panicked, sending conflicting orders, while civilians watched humans act with courage and restraint. Eric, keep the engines and shields at maximum. We may face larger forces ahead, Jack said. Understood, Eric replied. We are ready. Lisa, map the next targets. We move fast, hit hard, and show the galaxy we are different, Jack ordered. The human battleship moved from system to system. Every world under occupation saw it, and every world began to hope. People whispered about humans in orbit, shared stories of courage, and slowly, resistance grew. The Dominion's rule was weakening. Fear could no longer control the galaxy. On one desert world, a group of children watched the ship in the sky. Humans are heroes, one said. They are here to help us. An older man smiled. Heroes? Yes. But they also show us that we can fight. Humans give us courage to stand. In orbit, Jack watched the progress of the campaign. Fleets were disabled, systems inspired, and hope spreading. We fight to free, not to conquer, he reminded his crew. Every world we touch must see the difference between humans and the Dominion. Amy nodded. The message is spreading. Other occupied systems are ready to rise. Our movement grows with every jump. Good, Jack said. Then we continue. We will not stop until the galaxy remembers that fear is not forever, and humans are the spark of hope. Over the following weeks, the human battleship moved from system to system. Alien fleets tried to respond, but they were disorganized, confused, and unable to act as they once did. Civilians inspired by the humans began to rise, sabotaging patrols, sharing intelligence, and resisting occupation wherever possible. Jack's voice came over every communication channel. Humans are back. We do not fight for conquest, but for freedom. Stand with us, rise, and remember what hope feels like. The galaxy belongs to no tyrant. It belongs to the people who live in it. Across the stars, people began to believe. Hope turned into courage, courage into action. Planets long silenced began to speak. Fleets long feared began to resist. The galaxy was awakening. General Vark watched helplessly from his command tower. Fleets were scattered, planets rising, and humans moving faster than he could react. Centuries of domination were collapsing under the courage and strategy of one species. Trell, his officer whispered, "Sir, humans are not just fighting ships, they are fighting hearts and minds. They are unstoppable." Vark's face turned red with rage. "Impossible! We must stop them, we must!" But it was too late. The galaxy had begun to rise. Every world touched by humans knew that fear was not the only law. Civilians whispered of freedom, rebellion spread in secret, and hope became a force stronger than any weapon. Jack Morgan stood on the bridge of the human battleship. "This is only the beginning," he said. "We have shown that fear cannot last forever. We fight for everyone under oppression. The galaxy will remember this day. The galaxy will remember humans." Lisa smiled. "And every world we touch will join us." Eric nodded. "They will see that humans fight with brains, courage, and heart. They cannot be defeated by fear." Amy added, "Our message is spreading faster than we imagined. Systems far away are ready to rise." Jack looked out at the stars, calm and determined. "Then let's keep moving. The galaxy is waking. We fight to free, not to rule. And the Dominion will never recover from this. Hope is alive, and humans are its spark." The human battleship jumped to the next occupied world, ready to continue the fight. Planets watched, civilians whispered, and fleets scattered. One ship had changed the galaxy, showing that courage and hope were stronger than fear and tyranny. And as Jack whispered softly, the stars seemed to echo his words. The galaxy is free to awaken. Humans are back, and fear has no home here anymore.